What's up, guys? Underwater Blunt here, and today we're going to be talking about Murder House.
Action.
This is Dana Turner on location. I've just been informed that we're stuck here. Someone has wrecked our van and we can't get our fucking pizza lunch promised by my producer. Is Anthony Smith, executed in the electric chair in 1985, back from the dead and back for revenge on anyone who enters his house? Find out soon if we don't get the fuck out of here.
God damn it, Dana. Cut.
Now, Murder House is a 2020 survivor horror slasher game developed by legendary indie game studio Puppet Combo, aka Ben Kokuza. Now, the game starts you off with two options. You can either play the prologue or be a lazy fuck and jump straight into the Murder House story. Now, I don't really give a fuck which one you choose, but I do recommend starting off with the prologue as it gives you a brief glimpse of the lore leading up to present day of the main story. Now, if you're not one for backstory, then you can skip all that useless shit and just get straight to the point. But pros are, you do get to play as this ugly ass little kid wearing whatever the fuck this is.
Ugh. Brother, ugh.
Now, the prologue places you in this unsettling mall as that little kid who apparently doesn't seem to have any parents. Like, seriously, where's this kid's parents? Where the player is then introduced to a strange man in a bunny furry costume, where kids will go and sit on his lap to take pictures.
Yes, come sit on daddy.
But little do they know that this creepy looking fuck will eventually be known as a famous serial killer that goes by the name the Easter Ripper, where he would use his seasonal job as an Easter bunny to abduct children, where he would take back home and lock them up and proceed with his fucked up games of torture. Now fast forward to 3 years later, we are now in present day, taking place in the year 1988. Where a local news crew known as Channel 9 arrives to this creepy shithole of a house that used to be owned by Anthony Smith, aka the Easter Ripper, in hopes of shooting a bullshit story claiming the house is haunted.
I gave him $50 to let us shoot this story. There's his car. Where the hell is he? Hey, intern. What's your name again?
Emma.
Yeah, Emma. Make yourself useful and find us a way in.
The game introduces you to this MIDI named Emma, which you will be controlling the entire time, where she begins to be ordered around by some douchebag named Gary, who is apparently never satisfied with anything.
Hey Gary, I was thinking we could...
I don't pay you to think, Dana. I pay you to read the goddamn script.
This game then starts you off completing simple tasks to help the lazy fucking crew out with setting up for production. Like, seriously, this crew doesn't do dog shit, besides stand around and yap the entire time. Like, you're literally responsible for everything, from breaking into the house, bringing down all the equipment, figuring out the power situation. Like, for real, this bitch couldn't even get her own cup of water.
Can you fetch me a glass of water?
Bitch, you serious?
Bruh, this guy's always smoking cigarettes. Like, what the fuck? No smoking in the house, Gary!
Now fast forward some more, and Gary and that other bitch keep crying about some fucking pizza, where of course, you're also made responsible to fetch for them.
Hey you, I'm getting hungry. Take the van and go pick us up some pizzas. Use the station credit card.
As you proceed to get their pizza, you eventually find out that someone has locked the gates and destroyed the crew's van, also leaving a note behind stating that they're all gonna fucking die. If I was Emma, I would have been jumped that fucking gate and been the fuck out of there. But apparently, it's like any classic horror movie where everyone's fucking stupid and decides to stay for their ultimate demise. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where the game truly begins. As you go back to the crew, giving them the disappointing news that the pizza is now unobtainable, everyone realizes that the quiet guy that nobody really gave a shit about is missing. So once again, it is up to you to go find him. After finding him eating shit in the basement like some fucking weirdo just staring into the dark abyss, you finally return upstairs to finally encounter the Easter Ripper, decapitating the head of that bitch that couldn't get her own water. This is where the true horrors of this game unravel, as you now start being chased by the bunny furry as you proceed your egg hunt. Now, to sum it up without spoiling too much of the game, you eventually fight the Easter Ripper as a final boss fight in the greenhouse, where he would keep his children and torture them in his sick, fucked up games. Now, that's basically a wrap up of the story. There's obviously more in-depth details to the lore, but it is up to you to dive into the world of Murder House and experience it for yourself. Now, this game only being $12, in my opinion, is definitely worth the price point. It is a game that I have enjoyed like no other and would definitely recommend to any horror fans out there. Down to the amazing old school PS2 graphics captivating an atmosphere of uncanny nostalgic horror, to the amazing soundtrack selection making the experience even more uneasy. This game overall was delivered quite perfectly for what it is, and the fact that it was made with a low budget studio really speaks to the genius behind Puppet Combo. They have done an excellent job with this title, and I am definitely excited for what's to come. I'm Underwater Blunt, signing out, and that is my review on Murder House.